Hey, this is Fair Game Review, page 41 and 42. So we'll start with 41, obviously. Evaluate the expression when x is 1/2 and y is -3. So number one, -4 xy becomes -4. X is 1/2, so 1/2. And y is -3. -3. Well, -4 times -3 is +12, and +12 times 1/2 is 6. Yay, number 2. 6x minus 3y. If x is 1/2, this is 6 times 1/2 minus 3, and y is -3 times -3. Well, 6 times 1/2 is 3. This is minus, and then 3 times -3. So minus 3 times -3 is -9. 3 minus -9, that's a big plus, and that is 12. Number 3, -5 times, I'll just put these right in when I write them now, -3 plus 8 times 1/2 plus 1. This is negative times a negative is a positive, so +15 plus 8 times 1/2 is 4 plus 1, all that, 20. Number 4. -x squared. So -1/2 squared. Now that squared is just the x is squared, not that negative. So x is squared. That's why I did this. It's just the 1/2 is squared. Minus y minus a -3 plus 2. Well, 1/2 squared is 1/2 times 1/2, and 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. So now I have -1/4 minus a -3 plus 2. Turn this into a big plus. So now I'm adding 3 things. I can add in any order I want because it's all addition. I'll add 3 and 2 first because I know that's 5 plus -1/4. Different sign, subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger, so I'll have 4 and 3/4, and it'll be positive. Number 5. 2 times 1/2 plus 4 times 1/2 plus 1/2, that's a toughie, plus 7. So there are no y's in that one, okay? 2 times 1/2 is 1. Do in parentheses first, 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1. 4 times 1 is just 4. Plus 7 over here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is the answer. Number 6, 2 times 4 times 1/2 minus 1 squared minus 3. Well, order of operations is going to tell us to do what's in here first. Order of operations tells us multiply before we do the addition and subtraction. So we've got 4 times 1/2 is 2 minus 1 squared minus 3. Still in parentheses, so now 2 minus 1 is, let me think, 1. 2 times 1 squared minus 3. 1 times 1 is 1. So I have 2 times 1 minus 3. 2 times 1 is 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is -1. Find the area of the garden when x is 2. Well, if x is 2, 3 times 2 is 6. And 2 times 2 is 4. So this would become, let's just write it out here, 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. So that's 6 times 4, which is 24 feet squared. Number 8. The sum of 8 and a number y. So 8 plus y. That's the sum of 8 and a number y. Number 9. 6 less than a number p. So it's not 6 minus p. That would be p less than 6. This is 6 less than p. So we start with p and we're taking 6 away. You cannot reverse that. Number 10. The product of 7 and a number m. 7 times m. Scoot 11 over here a little bit. 8 less than the product of 11 and a number c. So the product of 11c would be, 11 and c would be 11c, and we want 8 less than that, so we have to take 8 away when we're done. Number 12. A number r decreased by the quotient of a number r again and 2. So r, can't make that uppercase, it's lowercase, so it has to stay lowercase, decreased by the quotient of r and 2. R and 2. The quotient means it was a division problem. R is decreased by the division problem, r divided by 2. And 13. The product of 9 and the sum of a number z and 4. So product is multiply 9 times this sum, z and 4. So we'll put that in parentheses because we have to do that first. Z plus 4. And then all of that times 9. Awesome. It was a fair game review. Do your best. Ask questions in class, and we'll see you soon.